Welcome back. It's National Savings Month, but is there any money to save? Rising interest rates and food as well as fuel prices may make it seem almost impossible. And in fact, there may be things you are actually thinking of cutting out of your budget. Insurance is one of those grudge payments people think of letting go first. And let's find out why. Of course, being covered is important. From Wynand van Vuuren from King's Prize Insurance. Wynand, thank you so much for your time and good morning to you. Is it a worrying fact that when it comes to cutting back and saving some money, insurance usually is the first place that, people usually go to in terms of trying to save some money and cutting out insurance in the process?
Yes, Tumelo, it's a big problem. We see that daily where people make the mistake in these difficult times where we are now, that debit order for your insurance is not going through. People can't afford it, and that's the first place where they go and cut, and that's very, very dangerous. One shouldn't make that mistake.
But why is this so? Because insurance is meant to give you that comfort that should anything happen, you are safeguarded, at least cushioned from a heavy blow that could be heavier. So what is the psychology, do you think, behind consumers making this decision?
Yeah, you see, so what one should realize is your life savings, everything that is in your house that you've gathered over so many years, that car that is valuable, and sometimes, there's still a few $100,000 that you still owe to the bank. One cannot take the risk of not having that insured. We've seen with the fires that passed through the country a few years ago. Look how big the fires were. Now anything can happen. Nowadays, we're sitting with alternative power solution that catches fire and that can burn the whole house down. That is generators, the solar systems and so on. There's many reasons. Even a fireplace in your house can set the place alight. Now, can you afford not to have, you get back there and your whole house is burned down to the ground? What are you going to do? If that's not insured, if there's not an insurance company coming to replace all of that for you, what are you going to do? And the big mistake that people make is they think, man, I'm under pressure this month. I'm not going to pay the premium, but I'll catch up later. And you can't do that. People must know that payment that is going through covers you for that 30 days or for that month. Don't make the mistake of that not going through. And there's alternatives that one can do. Go to your insurer, talk to them, say what is your current circumstances, what are alternatives there, that you can rather do than not paying your insurance or cancelling your insurance.
And actually, I like that advice. Go to your insurer and have a conversation. Don't make a decision on your own, because they are trained professionals who actually have solutions, alternatives to what you may be going through. There are ways, actually, you're also saying, Wynand, to save on insurance premiums while still being covered during these tough times. For anyone listening in right now, how can they do that?
So, yes, what's very nice in South Africa, we've got a very healthy competition in short-term insurance. So what you do is often speak to your insurer. The first thing that you can do is bundle your risks. So don't have a car insured at one insurer and you're building there, and so bundle it all together, bring all your cars together. People don't know that you can insure yourself, your wife's car, your children's cars, all under one policy, and that will give you a benefit. So at King Prize, you can have a saving up to 20% on your motor vehicles in total, if you bundle your policies like that. And, then there are other things. I always give advice. Take your schedule of insurance, go through every item and see there, what are you paying premium for? Is that a risk that you still you need to have on cover? And what is there that the risks that you currently run that is not uncovered there? And communicate with your insurer details that have changed as well. I've seen many people that are now, after the difficult years that we had, working more from home. That is something that should be considered by your insurer, because you spend less time on the road now. You don't drive to your company as you did in the past. So in that sense, you're a much lower risk. The insurer must take that into account and see, how they can, also fit that into your premiums. Something that is also important is you must remember that month after month, your vehicle value decreases. So in other words, the write-off and the theft risk for your insurer also decreases. So what are you getting back for that? Your insurance premium can't just go up year after year. That is why it's important that you phone and say, listen, my car value now has decreased because of it's getting older and the mileage is getting higher. Let's look at my premiums. Talk to your broker, talk to your insurer, and make sure that all of that is properly updated.
Right. Then we're also having this conversation because it's National Savings Month, and we know that South Africa has one of the lowest savings rate in the world. We're currently sitting at 0.5%. You just warned that should everything go wrong that you hadn't financially budgeted for, do you have the savings to assist you in getting you out of the ditch? That's why we're having this conversation. That's why you're saying a conversation with your insurance broker is important, especially if you don't have savings to back you up.
Very important, they're talking about the zero, it's less than 0.05%, saving that people apply. And that is a big mistake that we make. In the months where it's going well and when it's going good, we need to save up. So in times like these, when the interest rates are going up, people are under financial strain, that you have a backup that can help you for, a few months until things have recovered again. So don't only talk to your insurance broker, but also talk to, a financial advisor that can assist you with your current income and say, listen, where is your spend? What do you have to put away for times like these? And make sure that those things are in place, because we never know what's coming in future. That backup is very important, that one can ensure that, that house that you've been paying for so many years and all your house contents, is all of those items, are all of those risks covered? So if something might happen, that those premiums are paid. It's the first thing that you need to pay. I love it when people talk about insurance as a grudge purchase. Your mind's quickly changed when you have a big loss like that. And an insurer can come and say, listen, let's put you back, let's indemnify you, put you back in the position that you've been in. You have no worries. We've seen with the flooding, people that had to move out of their houses, we could put them in an alternative place with their children. Life can continue while the insurer is busy rebuilding your house, sorting everything out, and just safely put you back there. So don't make the mistake. Something that I also want to mention is an excess. I've seen people just going and increase their excess now to 10,000, 20,000 Rand on their motor vehicle in order to get that premium down. Right. You have to understand what is that excess. It's the first amount that you're going to have to pay when there's a loss. So is it affordable? Does your savings plan include that buffer, for a excess that must be payable? And if you have that 20,000 Rand saving, somewhere for your excess if something happens, then I'll advise go for a 20,000 Rand excess and pay a lower premium. But be very, very careful that you understand exactly what your obligation is going to be, that you're not caught out, that you don't have that excess in times of need.
Thank you so much, Wynand. That's actually important information. At times, we're quick to just sign off on documents, agree to anything that looks good for now, not understanding the terms of reference. But you saying that we have to understand exactly things, words such as excess, what it means, and not just be quick to look for a quick way to get out of the ditch by increasing that excess, which is the money you're going to have to pay for later on, and you may not have those funds. Wynand van Vuuren from King Price Insurance, thank you so much for your time this morning.